speaking of that, one of the questions we have is, being in both groups who had a big impact in the music industry, which one do you hold dearest to your heart, BBD or New Edition?
The one that got me out the projects, New Edition.
Okay.
New Edition, it took me off my game plan from basketball, but it probably was, it was so explosive, and it was just so crazy for young black youth in the 80s, because they had some young black kids to look at that looked like next door neighbors, man, that what New Edition has done for all of us and our families and our parents, it's changed all of our lives, man. Because we're not just a group with records out, man. We're a generation group, man. This generation right now is not going to be able to have a group that they can cherish for as long as our generation has cherished us. And who was on that path, Avo, was B2K. They started off going with a generation, but they ran into the same problem all the groups ran into, some inner turmoil that they didn't know how to handle, man, and a little bit of money and some success destroyed a great project, man. But it's going to take the right type of act to be special, to have that staying power, man, that you can see them when they're 14 and still go pay a ticket when you 40 and 30 years old years later and everybody's still rocking. It just don't happen like that no more.
Alright, here's another one. How does it feel to be part of such a timeless classic like Can You Stand the Rain?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, we was messing with the right producers. Anytime you can get a Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis back in the 80s after that Control, what they did for Force D's with Tender Love and all of that, that's like, it makes it timeless, man. The writing is timeless, and that's what people don't realize is that, the people that were penning the songs back then, man, those are prolific songwriters, man. They not, listening to a beat trying to figure out, how to get some butt, how to get some ass, and, and, drop your panties. It feel like it's time to go down. That's not where people was coming from, man. They was making love in a more respectful way years ago, man. It's a little greasier now, and rightfully so, things change. But the record is timeless because the lyrics, it's a slick way of getting that ass. You almost doing the champagne and wine, as opposed to pulling out the dollar bill and making it rain.
Okay. A lot of people may not know, but you discovered Boyz II Men, and there's no debate that if they're not the most successful R&B group of all time, they're definitely up there. How did you discover them? How did that even come about, man?
Well, they kind of, discovered me, to keep it funky with you. I didn't really discover them. I just listened. I think at a time, Avon always wanted to tell everybody this, man. I don't care what no MF say. Brothers was not stopping and listening to people on the spot doing auditions back then. Everybody was telling people, send demos, go do this, that, and the third. People were looking in the mirror trying to figure out how to further their career, man. And I realized that night that I met them backstage in Philly, man, the only reason why that relationship happened, man, is because I just stopped and took the time out to listen, man. And people don't realize how important that is, man, to get out the mirror, man, and just stop and listen and give somebody a chance, man. And it was probably the best thing I ever done in my life, because they are one of the biggest accomplishments I've ever done in the music business outside of New Edition. I mean, what I did with Boyz II Men, man, was unheard of.
Yeah, they were first stadiums, man.
Yeah. First of all, we woke up Elvis's record from 1958. Alright? So, ain't nobody was focusing on no record charts, having no record be #1 for 13 and 14 weeks. That's some bullshit. Ain't nobody was thinking about that, because they didn't think no one could do it. We beat Elvis by 14 weeks, and then, of course, Clive Davis did Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. Then after that, it was free for all. You know what I mean? But we cracked that. We cracked that history, man. And those guys' voices, man, you know why they work? Because they put real singing back in the shit.
Yes.
Alright? Anytime you could turn the music off, money, and you ain't got the damn vocals running on the DAT machine in the computer, and you could just keep it funky, it's almost like Biggie or Jay or Nas or Rakim in the studio in the booth with no piece of paper. It don't get no realer than that, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Those records are organically made, man. And whenever they got on the record, even if, you know, the writing was okay or the track was okay, they always made it better because their voices made the music better.
Wow.